We are live. Hello and welcome to Talk Chef. I am one of your hosts, Reka, and so sad. We don't know where Jordan is right now. She could be on the moon. She could be at the mall.
Or I could be right here with Reka.
Wow, absolutely sick. Were you guys fucking scared?
Were you scared? Did y'all think that I had died or something?
Yeah, pop it in the chat if you thought Jordan died. We'd love to kind of get that intel for polling purposes. And we're here with our special guest, Justine Sterling.
Hello.
Oh my God, Justine, how are you?
Doing okay. How are you guys?
I forgot. Actually, we have a fourth guest here today, and that's this
the child I bared with my body.
Yes,
soul,
baby.
my blood. Yeah, this is Felix.
Hello. Absolutely. Hi, Felix. Well, we know that Felix came prepared for to talk a lot about food.
Absolutely.
So before we get started, we're just going to do a couple little orders of business.
Yes.
Okay. First order of business. You guys know this is a food charity-based live stream.
Yes,
okay?
You guys know that.
You guys know that. It's nothing new. So a few episodes ago, we raised money for Top Chef Houston for the San Antonio Food Bank. We are still crunching those numbers. We still sending some stuff out. So those numbers will be to you soon.
But the numbers are big. That's what I'll say. The numbers are big.
You ever heard of 2 to 3?
You ever heard of 2 to 3?
Sorry.
Why does this not recognize me as a person?
In a powerful way, this is actually sort of nice because it's sort of like how like apps don't recognize brown skin. It's kind of powerful for it to not recognize white skin.
I'm thrilled to do that for you,
Drop
Reka.
that in the chat if you also find that to be powerful.
I love that. I'm so happy to give that to you, Reka.
Thank you. So we will let you know those numbers. We will let you know when we're doing our next fundraiser as soon as possible. So that's the first order. Second order of business, Justine, you're a foodie, so I know you can handle this. But we didn't actually tell you that just like every episode of Top Chef has a quick fire, so does every episode of Talk Chef. Okay.
Sorry, Justine.
Sorry, Justine. Sorry to burst your bubble. Sorry, Felix. Sorry to burst your baby-sized bubble. But just in case you're worried that we're going to make you cook while you have a newborn on your shoulder, that is not true because we are not corporate fucking America.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get maternity leave on Talk Chef.
Yeah.
For 20 years.
Yeah.
Our quick fire is the fastest quick fire in Top Chef history. It's 45 seconds long and 10 questions. And these are all just Justine food preference based questions. Nothing like trivia, no gotchas or anything like that.
Okay.
Now, Justine, I've met you a few times. We pet some baby goats together. It was really nice. If I had to guess, you kind of need a little bit more persuasion. Maybe you need some prizes.
Yeah, most of the time I need some sort of bribe. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Justine needs a bribe. That I'm kind of reading that energy, and I feel like Felix also has bribe energy.
Oh, yeah.
So just in case you need that extra incentive, your prizes at stake are 1, a deed to the Terlato wine vineyard.
Ever heard of it?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it in the show. In the store? No.
Which is shocking because Justine was a professional alcohol writer.
Okay.
And still you have not tasted Terlato wine?
No.
Well, that tracks.
I worked at Food and Wine, a part of the Top Chef universe, and I never tasted Terlato wine.
Wow. The second thing in that title is wine.
I sometimes wonder if Terlato might be like a wine drink, like the stuff they have to sell at Duane Reade, or in like Pennsylvania, you can't sell shit in the grocery store.
Yeah, the bodegas in New York, it was like a weird 3% wine juice.
Wine liquid,
wine beverage.
Yeah, wine sweat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll win a deed to that vineyard, which is located in the depths of hell. We couldn't tell you. And you will win your own personal suite of broken GE appliances, just like you see on the show. So
amazing.
We're talking a fryer that doesn't get up to temp, an oven that doesn't get up to temp, a refrigerator door that doesn't close. Yeah. All that could be yours.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. I can't wait.
We actually already have a question in the chat for you. Kendall, my girlfriend who you've met, wants to know what your favorite alcohol brand is.
That is a wild, that's too broad. What kind of alcohol? I drink all the alcohols. So I can, I can't break it down to one overall. I can put in a family plug for, if I'm going to drink wine. If I'm if I'm drinking wine, then I'm drinking Iron Horse wine.
Justine, who owns Iron Horse wine?
Well, it's a little somebody that I call my family.
Whoa!
So, you know, they donate by buying to the future of my lineage.
We love
it. It is
that.
actually very good, though. Would highly recommend. If you can find a rainbow cuvee, a Brut X, a rosé, a Brut rosé, a Pinot, a Chardonnay, they got it all. A lovely outdoor tasting room. Go visit. Make an appointment ahead of time. Okay, I'm done with my plug. That's too much.
Oh, I love. We will.
I love that.
It's in Sonoma. It's drivable from here.
And you know who has a restaurant in Sonoma? Chef Casey Thompson,
who we had on last week.
Okay, no, make a Talk Chef pilgrimage out of it.
Rika.
Okay, wait. Yeah. Okay, wait, yeah. Incredible. So we are very excited to start this little quick fire with you, Justine. It is 45 seconds. Can you see this timer? No,
absolutely not.
And that's a trick.
So that's the thing. This is what Rika does every single episode. You can't see the timer.
I have to put it near my face is the thing.
When it makes your face disappear.
Okay, hold on. It's because something in...
Also, this makes it look like I'm a lot shorter than Rika.
Which is true for people that don't know.
I'm approximately 2 feet taller than Rika.
Yeah, I'm small. No one can, I can break my bone if you poke.
It's hard to be so delicate like a tiny bird.
Yeah, that's why I keep telling all my little fuzzy friends to do dandelions. Okay, I cannot for the absolute life of me get this timer up, but Justine, please believe me that it is an honor. I'm being honorable and I will not cut you off before you need to be cut off.
Okay.
So you'll have 45 seconds from the moment Jordan asks the first question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay.
All right, Justine. Question number 1. What is the worst thing about being my boss?
No, just too many chips. That's not good.
What is the most money you've ever lost gambling?
Oh, $30.
What city should Top Chef go to next?
Bismarck, North Dakota.
Who is your all-time favorite chef-testant?
I really like Sarah Welch, actually, from this last season.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Large, here, alive.
What is your favorite food?
Raw things.
Who is your favorite celebrity chef?
It's not true, but all I can think of is Tyler Florence now.
40 seconds.
What is the worst food?
Gel-based loose gels.
Oh, what is your signature dish?
It's a hamburger.
Justine.
Well, many of that was lies.
So close. You know what? That's okay. What made me fucking laugh when you said, what was the thing? What was the question? It was, you're describing yourself in 3 words. And
large.
You did some permutation of like here, queer.
Yeah, I'm here, I'm like, queer, get used to it. She's like, I'm large, I'm available,
and I'm present, or whatever.
Okay, wait, I have to, is that okay?
Yeah. That's beautiful. Whatever makes us look awesome.
Okay, I love it. I'm trying to even out the heights a little more. I'm like, maybe then the camera will make sense. Wow. And then the worst thing about being my boss is all the chips.
How many chips? I don't know. That's not.
You got too many chips on your shoulder.
I imagine a desk strewn with chips.
That's fair. We do eat a lot of chips at Sport.
Okay. Well, this has been a fair peer review, I think, of Jordan
as
an employee.
Looks like I'm getting a raise.
Yeah.
Fall.
Well, you know what? This girl's got too many chips.
Yeah.
Bonus. Incredible. Well, guys, Justine, before we actually start, I heard from Jordan that Top Chef season 6 is maybe one of your favorite seasons. Is that true?
It's not one of my favorite seasons. I did like the season. Let me tell you why.
Okay, Jordan kind of lied to me then, I guess.
I said I really liked it.
Okay, that's kind of a lie. You kind of said.
Here's why.
I look like a fool.
I haven't revisited it until now, and I understand the pushback against it. I understand the main vibes I was not into. I could do without the whole Robin thing. That was weird, and I don't like the whole let's have an interstitial where we just see how much Robin talks and have Mike Isabella be like, was not interested in that. I like the extra gamification of Vegas. I like the high stakes quick fires. I want to see people win just like so much money. I like the extra little gimmicks. I loved the use of the slot machine here. I want like layers on challenges. I want like weirder challenges. I appreciate how the show has grown, but I want it to still be fun, and I want more like making them kind of jump through hoops. And I don't need every challenge. I don't need to know about your family in every challenge.
I agree with that. I think that the biggest problem that I had with this last season and some of the newer seasons is that they're not as much fun. All the challenges are not challenges. They're just like, make a food that is a color. And it's like, that's not a challenge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, so I like the extra gamification of Vegas. I like that they really went Vegas with it.
I can appreciate that.
Handing out chips. They're giving just so much cash.
Like Jordan.
Giving out chips. Yes, absolutely.
Chips.
And I do want to know, are you, if I may ask, a gambler?
I enjoy the occasional bet. I do like the slots, any of them that have the extra games, because it's a fun video game that you can win money at.
Yeah.
I like a dollar bet now and then. I was warned before I went to college by my grandfather, sat me down and was like, don't fall in with the wrong group. And by that, he meant the gamblers.
Okay.
So I've always had that in my mind of like, what if I gamble and die? But I like, I like to throw some money down, but it will not be very much. And I will be angry that my like $5 bet doesn't win me $1,500.
Sure.
Yes, I am I cannot gamble anything. I don't like to do a bet that's like, I bet you $1, such and such happens in an hour.
Love that.
Any such thing, I feel sad. Jordan's gone.
I'm fully gone.
It might be some who's to say, it's kind of funny. Yeah, I can't bet anything. So I appreciate having a different perspective here.
Yeah, I'm the same way because I'm too anxious to gamble.
Me too.
Last time I was in Vegas, I lost $100 on the Ghostbusters slot machine. And that ruined my entire life, is the only way I can describe it. I still think about it to this day. Like, my anxiety is just too bad.
Yeah.
I do but if you sit in the right place, like I like to like plot out, okay, well, if I sit here, then I can catch like a server's eye, I can get a drink. Here's how that balances out with the amount that I'm playing. I like to try and like game the system with having like, I can get as many, cheap tequila sodas as possible. And therefore like I'm the winner, even if I don't win money or whatever.
Okay. So she's gambling the casino.
Okay. That's very Ocean's 11.
Yeah, truly.
Let's dive into this little quick fire.
Let's get into it.
The quick fire is creating a dish incorporating 3 words that come up on a slot machine. So that's whatever. I'm okay with that.
I think it's fun. I think there could have been more diversity in the words and the types of cuisine. I felt like everyone got Latin or Asian.
Yeah.
And a lot of umami.
Yeah. A lot of umami. You're right. Go ahead.
What did they mean? It was like either stressed or, Ashley got blue, and I assumed that meant sad, but I was
but it was like the one color.
Who went with blue?
Yes, totally.
Yeah, it was weird.
So we'll go through all the dishes, and we have the loosest criteria in the world, but we give it like a thumbs up or thumbs down if it sounds good. You can judge it based on if it's like sounds good to you or sounds like a good Top Chef dish, truly whatever you want. So Mike Isabella, our least favorite guy, got stressed, umami, and Asian, which is sort of how I describe myself.
Sure.
And it's a raw mushroom salad with a yuzu emulsion.
I'm going to give this a thumbs down because as much as I like the idea of a yuzu emulsion, I don't love a raw mushroom.
I love mushrooms. I don't think a raw mushroom reminds me of like a shitty salad bar.
I agree with you. Yeah, I just don't think mushrooms are so incredible. I don't think, for the most part, a raw mushroom is necessarily the way to go.
I'd go aside only because I was honestly nostalgic for foams, and I was happy to see an emulsion back on a plate.
Sure.
Yes.
Do you like a raw mushroom? It seems like something you would like.
No, I don't actually. I do think of them as being just kind of like a salad filler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Christine pointed out too that perhaps an unofficial a theme for this episode, as stated on our unofficial Talk Chef Discord, is I don't cook Asian food. And that might actually be a sort of series-wide theme.
Which was wild because every season of Top Chef recently, everybody cooks Asian, no matter their nationality. That is everybody's number one.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, well, obviously I'm from, Iowa and I cook Vietnamese. And it's like, I'm an Anglo-Saxon, family, whatever. But like everybody cooks Asian.
Absolutely. And as we always like to point out on Talk Chef, Asia is just one place and all the food there is the same.
It's just one place. There's kind of nothing. It's just a big space.
Big space. Every single type of food is the same. If you cook Asian food, I know exactly what you mean.
Well, the only kind of Asian food is soy sauce.
There's soy sauce, ginger, if you studied.
If you study, yeah. If you went to college for Asia.
If you studied Asia in college,
then you know about ginger. You've heard of ginger before.
This was going back to last season, to season 19, enjoy is the wrong word. It was interesting to see another couple of chefs sneer at bok choy. Just such anger at bok choy again, of like,
why?
That Asian ingredient bok choy. How dare we be given it?
Yeah.
The least offensive ingredient I think you could ever possibly be given.
And not baffling. Like,
no,
not hard.
One of those things you could kind of guess and probably be right on how to cook it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So whatever to raw mushrooms. Lorene got tart, romantic, and Latin. So she made crusted goat cheese salad with orange jalapeno vinaigrette and hibiscus flowers. Listen, it sounds good to me. I think it also sounds a little bit like hotel food.
It's extremely dated. I mean, this is a nice dish from like the late 90s, a crusted goat cheese. That being said, I love it. I think it's so good. And I have to be honest with myself.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, I'd eat it. So.
Yeah. I would eat it. I would eat almost anything on this show.
I guess.
Ash got tired tart Italian. And he made pantry pasta puttanesca.
I guess that sounds fine.
It's not tart, but I guess if you add a ton of capers, it is.
Sure.
Here's a controversy. Did he make the pasta?
I don't believe so.
So
then thumbs down.
We kind of go to one of these things again where someone's like, I made jerk chicken, but I didn't make the jerk.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you made the sauce. Sauce is obviously super important. I don't know that I would choose something like a dry pasta that I didn't make. I don't know. Come at me. I'm not trying to rock any boats here. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Michael Voltaggio made adventurous tangy Asian, which is also sort of something I like to think of myself as, and made a yuzu curd with whipped Greek yogurt and a seaweed cracker.
Hell yeah.
I think this sounds interesting. I'm into it.
That sounds very good to me. I love the idea of like a seaweed in a dessert. Yeah, Amy's pointing out that it's really hard to take another minute of Mike Isabella.
Absolutely.
And we totally agree. I don't want to spoil anything because otherwise I would tell you at which point you can stop watching or start watching again.
Yeah, Amy, if you want to know that, message us and we'll tell you.
I forgot how much he sucked in this season.
He's such a disgusting, and I got so much to say. It's bad because it'll reveal some stuff. So I will
say I have met him in real life and he was nice.
Really?
He didn't try to sexually harass you?
You? Well, okay. So this is also a thing with me going back through my history with working with chefs. Is no chef has ever tried to sexually harass me, touch me, do anything inappropriate ever. And I have met all of the ones that you would think should have. And I was once a young reporter. You're a decent looking reporter.
Oh my God.
Nobody has ever tried anything.
But you're like a Forrest Gump for all the predators, the chef predators. You've been in the story in all these gorgeous ways.
Any of this.
And I've also told Justine this before. I think you have kind of a harsh lesbian energy, which I think, I didn't know you when you were younger, so I can't, younger than you are now, so I can't speak to that. But I do think you have you immediately told me you were married to a man. So I was like, oh, okay. But if you hadn't told me that, I'd be like, yes, another lesbian.
Yeah.
Here she is with me, us two together, standing here, both harsh, loud lesbians.
Although I will tell you about my few lesbian bar times when also nobody wanted any of this. It's I'm a distinct flavor. I'm a raw mushroom salad with a yuzu emoji.
Hey, guess what? I just looked back and Mike Isabella had the word umami with that. And I go, you put a raw mushroom down for umami?
So you got to activate the umami.
You're freaking stupid. Okay, speaking of stupid, Eli made stressed umami in Latin. So he made a mushroom ceviche with an avocado marble.
Yeah, it was essentially just like a pressed avocado, which I didn't really understand.
Yes. I would eat this.
This sounds fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Kevin got stressed, hot and spicy Asian.
Rika?
No one ever calls me that. That's the unusual.
Hot.
Thank you. And stressed. Okay. And people are like, she's not Asian, she's South Asian. It's a subcontinent. Okay. Char grilled pork with Vietnamese herb salad. That sounds great.
That sounds good.
I would eat the shit out of that. I don't think it's stressed.
I don't know what that, I didn't see that first adjective come into most of their.
Yeah. I like when people do adjective stuff, I always think it's fun. Like there's one season where they do like procrastinated. And so they do something that takes a long time. They did it quickly. And something that takes a short time. They did it like fast. I'm like, oh, I think that's a cool like play.
Yeah.
On,
I think stressed could be like a pulled noodle or
exactly. Something like taut or
yeah.
Or like distressed. I don't know. Like jeans. Can you serve jeans?
Serve jeans.
Brian made adventurous crispy Asian. Wow, all of these. Me. Seared scallops with bok choy and tempura. Excuse me, I spit all over my phone.
She did.
Beads. Now, I guess this sounds good.
No.
I'm
gonna give this amount. Tempura beads.
That is sort of made.
I don't know what that means.
Crispy bits.
Yeah.
But then it's crispy bits. I don't know. Something about calling it tempura beads, I'm not into.
Yeah, it's interesting. I gotta think on that one. Okay, Robin got stressed. I mean, my God, umami and Middle Eastern, and made a root vegetable hash with cumin and curry oil. Now, this sounds good. It does not look seasoned to me, but it
Absolutely
sounds good. It looks like airplane salad.
Yeah.
Well, she also got called out by Padma, who said curry, not really Middle Eastern. And then Robin kind of backpedaled for 5 minutes and then was like, you're right.
Yeah, to me, this looks exactly like a salad you would get at Erewhon.
Yes.
And you'd pay like
$25
for
and it's served in a Dixie cup. And
and they'd be like, it does the same thing that a colonoscopy does if you eat it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it cures you of COVID after it gives it to you.
Yeah.
Ashley got blue, cheesy, and Middle Eastern and made a feta pudding with sumac dusted halibut.
This is the only thing I think that was made in this challenge, if I recall correctly, that sounded interesting to me and looked like something I wanted to eat.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. Blue, I don't know where, maybe because the tiers of the foam, I don't know. I thought it would be a blue cheese dish, but there's a reason I'm not a chef.
Justine, thoughts on this one?
I don't know, maybe something, I was like, maybe pudding made her happy when she was sad and she just couldn't get that story out, but that's giving people a lot of credit.
That's nice.
And they do always come up with that version of a story. They'll be like, I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's like, well, for me, sad is when I feel like jelly.
Right.
Yeah. And then growing up, my dad always called me peanut.
And then my mom is named Butter. So then I thought okay. Jen Carroll made adventurous nutty American.
Me? Finally, the representation I want to see in the world. Describing me as nutty is so funny because it's not wrong, but it is also funny.
Yeah, very stupid. Okay, so she made Maine diver scallops with pistachios and salmon roe.
I thought it sounded good. I mean, I agreed with the like, it's not adventurous to put some like roe onto a scallop. They've been doing that forever, but that said, I would eat it. And I like pistachios on things. It sounded good. Also, the fact that she was cooking while throwing up is like, that's adventurous.
So we have to give her credit for that. But I just think, I don't know. I don't like seeing roe on top of stuff unless it really, really serves a purpose being there.
You don't need that much salt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just another kind of point to kind of get our political views across. I think it's awesome when someone's like, I feel like shit, but I work hard. So I'm going to come in today. I'm going to come in today. I'm going to puke. I'm going to be sick, but I came into work. I think that's good.
Yeah. It felt a little triggering at this point to see that and being like, oh no, we're not supposed to do that anymore.
Yeah. Please. Insane. Okay. So that was our quick fire. And the results on the bottom were Robin, Eli, and Jen Carroll. On top, Mike, Isabella, Kevin, and Mike Voltaggio. And the winner was Kevin.
Yay.
That's fun. I do feel like, and not current day Eli, but Eli in this time period, I want to fist fight. Do you know what I mean?
I think he's really
like, I want to
rude.
in kind of like a high school bully from the 70s, like in a movie type way.
Yeah.
I want to be like, hey, nerd, I'm going to bust your ass or what? Do you know what I mean?
I think he wants you to hit him too. Like he wants you to come after him. Like he feels like he's like coming at the world already very like, no. And you're like, I didn't say shit, dude. And he's like,
yeah,
no, don't make fun of me. Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. I just can't, I don't know. Something about him like doesn't sit right with me.
I agree. Speaking of not sitting right, Christine kind of popped some interesting info into the chat about working at Burger King, and they would provide them with a bucket at their station in case they threw up. What do we think? I think that's good.
Sad for me to hear because I love Burger King. I'm so
that also flew through my head. It was chips and Burger King, but I mean, I guess that's something.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
I'm so sorry, Christine.
Really fucking.
I mean, my mother did the same thing when I felt sick. You know, she would put a food next to my bed.
In a way, your mother was Burger King.
Your mother is Burger King.
Your mother, my mother is Bunder. Your mother is Burger King.
Perfect. Yes.
Gorgeous. So now we get to the elimination challenge, which is cooking dinner with ingredients from prominent chefs. They each get like a grocery bag, and they're doing it in pairs.
Yeah.
And the added challenge is they have to cook in the shitty kind of house kitchen, using any outlets or whatever they can find throughout the house that they're sleeping in. So the circuits are tripping. There's not enough room. There's not enough counter space. There's not enough materials. Whatever.
Mike Isabella falls flat on his face as they all run into the house.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Listen,
that was good.
That is nice.
Yeah.
That is nice.
That was the most fun I've seen Chef Testons have in a very long time too.
Yes.
Running.
Watching him fall.
They loved it. Yeah. And he loved falling.
Absolutely.
He's
a pratfall guy.
He had a good time.
Yes. So they're in little duos. And here's what they freaking make. Ashley and Eli made grilled spot prawns with red beet creme fraiche sauce, gnocchi, and kale. I'm gonna eat the shit out of
this. Sounded incredible.
Sounded so good.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat this all day.
Would order.
Yes.
Robin and Mike Isabella, match made in heaven, couple goals, hashtag couple goals. Hashtag couple goals. Made marinated mushroom and pickled Asian pear roll with seared tuna and scallops.
I would also order that. Those are
that sound good.
like.
Yeah, marinate the mushroom, no raw, good. Okay, Laureen and Brian made halibut with cherry chorizo vinaigrette, yellow corn cake, and avocado mousse. That sounds good to me.
I think it's so hard because to me, I'm like, this sounds a little dated.
It does. It looks like hotel food again.
Yeah, and like avocado mousse, I'm like, it all feels a little dated. That being said, I'll give it a thumbs up because I think at this time, I would have ordered this.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. I think the idea, I know that like a fatty meat in a vinaigrette always ends up good. If you look at like a Lyonnaise salad or something like that, like you want a bacon vinaigrette, you want a chorizo vinaigrette on this, it's going to be good. But that always sounds a little gross to me of this, like we have a hot fatty thing and then we doused it in cold acid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like, but yeah. I know it's good. I know it is good.
Something to know about Justine is she's like extremely particular about, she has, Justine, I don't know how to say this. I'm going to say it. And don't fire me. Justine has no standards for things people typically have standards for. But for things that people typically have high standards for, or people have low standards for, Justine has high standards, I feel like. Does that make sense?
Can I get a little example? Like, I'm trying to think of something I have no standards
Justine
for.
is so particular about the use of anything creamy. So like any utilization of mayonnaise or like anything creamy, Justine is like extremely particular about, which I think is something like most people are like, oh yeah, like mayonnaise, sour cream, whatever. If there's like a little of it on my sandwich or like whatever, who cares? And Justine's really particular about that. Versus like Justine also has this weird thing where she like like when we're all tasting a food and we're all like, this tastes bad, Justine gets like weirdly a little excited and she's like, let me hop in there and taste it.
Yeah.
In the sporked office, like she kind of likes things that taste a little bad sometimes.
I also want to
like,
see what tastes bad to people. It's just fascinating to like get into somebody's mouth that way. I've said that phrase before, but like, I'd be like, what's bad to you? Like, that's so fun. Like, I feel like everybody can agree on like what's good a lot of times, or it's like, yeah, it's a lot of sweet, it's a lot of salt or whatever. But it's like when it's like bad, it's like how, why? Like we tasted a fizzy yogurt once. It was like, what is this? Like, oh, how fun and weird. Like, cool.
It was weird. And I agreed with you. I did weirdly like that one. But yes, you have extremely high standards for everything in general. But sometimes I feel like there's like a swap of like I have. You know what I mean? Like, do you get what I'm saying? You can't see me, but do you get what I'm saying?
I see your hand.
Well, Justine, I don't want to detract from anything.
I can't believe she's about to do this.
Christine has brought up something important. You're talking about high and low standards for food. What is your ideal banana?
Banana. Okay. I have a standard. I like it when it is just ripe. I still want firm. I don't want mush. I don't want much brown on there. I want a firm, just past that. You know, when it's still raw and it like coats your mouth and it's like green and kind of like, just past that. That's what I want. I will also take, if it goes like anywhere past that, I will take it very cold from the fridge.
But see, okay, look how, wait, Breakup, before you launch into your thing, I just want to highlight my point.
Okay.
Wait, let me highlight my point. Justine, look how particular Justine is about her banana, right? Like normally someone just grabs a banana, they suck it down after the gym. Justine is like very particular about her banana versus like, I feel like when we were doing our sardine taste test, you would like, you were like, I'd eat a whole can of any sardines, even the worst sardines on the market.
True. Yeah.
Which I think is something that typically people would be more
particular about.
Yeah. I think you have excellent taste. Are you mad at me?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, great.
Okay, Justine, what do you think of this banana? Can you see it?
Well, I can see something. It kind of looks like a man's situation in some applesauce.
Okay.
No.
Hey, Justine didn't say, but I hate a man's situation inside of applesauce. She didn't say anything yet. She gave a neutral description. Do
I want to eat it? Like what's
It slid out of here. It slid on out like this.
This is a banana.
What's the liquid part? Is it liquid?
No liquid. That's a plate. It slid onto the plate.
No, I know, but there's like
it's wet. It's wet.
Well,
it's
that's
condensation.
No. Condensation. No.
It looks like there's gloop under the limb.
Okay. There's no gloop. You know, like a banana good for a banana bread. That's what's going on there. And so just slid out of the peel. It kind of looks a little like it's tired. I think that's nice. It's on a plate. I ate that with a spoon. What do you think?
Okay. I think if it was like, this is what I have and this is what I need to eat, I would mash it up with a fork into like a paste and then I would eat it like that.
Yeah. Okay. So as usual, our guest is on my side about the banana.
And I will say,
as usual,
Reka also has weird standards about stuff where Reka loves like the bougiest of bougie restaurants. But Reka will keep a jar of a condiment.
Oh yeah.
For 15 years.
I completely agree with that. Yeah, well, I have asked many times, like, I mean, yeah, a dressing will last in my fridge forever. I don't think mayo does go bad. Ketchup also same until it turns like brown. It's probably going to stay in the fridge. Mustard never goes bad. I don't believe in going bad dates when it comes to condiments. I agree with Rick on this.
Okay.
No, too long. There is a limit.
As usual.
I'm not trusting go by dates, but there is a limit. And
when it's gross, you keep it until it's gross.
And what is gross? We don't even know at this
That's what
point.
I'm saying. Reka will eat something gross. And Reka eats that banana.
We don't even
But then Reka wants to go to like a 5-star Michelin restaurant. And that's all she wants to do. She loves fancy.
The banana looks sleepy. We all agree it's kind of cute. Moving on. Okay. So
Reka has showed that picture of that banana to like literal celebrities and like
I think
famous.
I need you to forward it to me so I can actually just like see it because I still think it's not a puddle.
Stop stalling. Get me her number. Stop stalling.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna text it because I bet you when you see it, you'll change your mind.
Okay, because
you're probably gonna look and go, oh, this is the stuff I'm eating all the time.
I mean, if you took a picture of it though, somewhere in you, it's not good, right?
No, like you take a picture of a baby doing something cute, right?
Oh, the banana was being cute.
Yeah, it was being cute. It was being kind of coquettish. Tell me if you see it's being coquettish. I think it is, but I don't know. I'm an artist. So this is sort of my curse to see beauty wherever I go. Watch, I typed in the phone number wrong and I sent it
to a stranger.
It's like Joe Biden. I sent it to by accident.
Arrested.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is how you get reported on apps. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, incredible. I texted it to you. Okay, great. So we get this goofy challenge in the house. We did Ashley and Eli. We did Robin and Mike. And we did Lauren and Brian, Kevin and Jen Carroll. So they made a barbecue Kobe beef with cardamom, tomato, and ginger broth. That sounds cool.
Sounds pretty good.
Cardamom broth spooked me a little bit, but I'm sure they were gentle and
it sounds good.
I'll have. Okay, gorgeous. Michael Voltaggio and Ash made a pancetta wrapped halibut with egg yolk, ravioli, asparagus, and fennel salad.
Yum.
That sounds good.
Sounds great.
We all kind of agreed putting a big ravioli on top is a little goofy.
Doesn't really, I think it like looks kind of cute, but as soon as you get that, you take the ravioli off the fish.
But I liked his explanation of it, of like you cut in and then like his vision of it, of like getting the
like an egg yolk
and the crisp and the fish. It's like, oh, that sounds so good. And then you see it on the plate and you're like,
yeah,
like, this is a dish that takes work. Like he's gonna need to go back and like workshop this.
Yeah, I'm also like, how wet is the inside of your ravioli?
That's what I'm saying. I'm
you know what I mean?
Unless it's an egg yolk inside of there.
Well, it was an egg yolk inside.
Oh, it was an egg yolk. I'm crazy.
Yeah, they froze egg yolks.
Am I out of my fucking mind?
I'm crazy.
Oh, wait. You can send me to the moon. I'm crazy. Well, then that's the only reason you can do that. So they're right. But am I crazy? During the judges table, this is the episode where Ash says the thing where he's like, well, when you're Michelangelo's assistant, that makes me scream.
He was, when you're just happy to wash the brushes. It was like,
I'm like,
really
my dude,
sad.
You gotta have some self-respect. This is such a terrible thing to say about yourself.
It was,
and they were like, so you're saying like you can't go any further than this? And he was like, no, I mean he can overcook a fish, so maybe I'm good too. And it was so sad.
I know.
And then there was like a really interesting moment in the like stew room when Michael was like, you didn't have to say those things. And there was like a beat where I was like, in a bad way, like, oh no. And then
for me, in a bad way, I'm like,
and then he was like, thank you.
Yeah.
And that was a nice moment between them because I think he understood where Ash was coming from. But if I were him, I would have run screaming from the room.
Yeah,
just be adored that much of like, oh, so you've got cutouts of me on your wall. Like this is like swim fan level.
And okay. Thank you for the reference. We're talking swim fan level idolatry. And he beefed it. So to be like,
he's perfect.
He's my perfect swim fan. He's my swim fan. I'm his swim fan
swim fan girl,
fanboy. It's so embarrassing. It made me upset. So we're at judges table.
I feel like I have to get so close to you to stay in the image.
It does look like you're just kind of a little tired.
I'm sleepy.
Like my banana. So on top we get Lorene and Brian Voltaggio, Jen Carroll and Lorene, and the winner is Jen Carroll, and that's beautiful.
Which we love. We love Jen Carroll.
And she's cool. She's from Philly. That's beautiful.
Oh, she's from Philly? Yeah, I forgot.
There you go. Brian gives some people some shit in the stew room for speculating about his brother. That's my brother.
So when I watched this, I remember watching this season for the first time and being like, those two brothers have always fascinated me, but Brian always seemed a little bit like kind of boring. But now watching it maybe as a boring adult like him, I was like, oh, I love it. Like, I love his like even keel. I love him just being like, did you try it? Then let's not speculate.
Yeah.
It was just so like, he didn't even look up.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, and then everybody just listened and shut up. And I loved it. Like,
absolutely.
I love those brothers. I love how boring they are, but not boring at the same time.
We always must point out in season 17, Brian makes an appearance and is told that the food he cooks has no soul.
I remember that.
Which was an absolute brutal thing to say.
He was like really shook, but I also was like, it was understandable when that happened, but it is a crazy thing to be told.
Yes. On the bottom, Ash, Michael Voltaggio, Ashley, and Eli. I am fucking bummed that Ashley got the boot.
Yes, Ashley is
should have gone.
She goes on to a very nice life though. I mean, she's married to like Gabriel Hamilton now, or Gabrielle Hamilton. Like she's doing great. She's in like an ideal culinary lesbian relationship.
Yes, and she's very hot.
She's incredibly hot. We have to actually remember that as part of her story.
Yeah. So good for her.
Yes. Now, Justine, sometimes we like to ask people, because you're especially a foodie, we like to ask foodies this question. What would you have wanted to make? Was there anybody's bag of groceries you were like, that actually would be kind of my favorite thing to cook?
I mean, I think I would have said like Mike, Isabella, and Robin's like bag would have been like, that's the most fun, like, like cool ingredients.
Yeah.
Like, I think you could have made an interesting like take on a chirashi bowl or something like that. Like switch up, do a little switch up, like add in your, whatever your flair is, make an Italian chirashi bowl if you must, or something like that. Like, and, or even like he was so against like Asian, blah, blah, blah. But like, Italians have like crudo, like you can come up with things to do with like the line between like Italian and Japanese is like pretty thin. People have crossed it a lot of times with a lot of stuff. Like there's
Mike Isabella is just an absolute idiot, and he just gives off big like Mark Wahlberg energy to me. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody who hates crimes. Like that's kind of,
he thinks he could have
allegedly,
allegedly, Mike Isabella.
Yeah. So I'm not a fan. I want to know, if you were to have a celebrity chef, like if you could pick your perfect celebrity chef, Tyler Florence, as you said earlier.
He's fine. He's like the most, no offense. He's fine. He's fine.
But if you had to pick a celebrity chef that was like curating your basket, who would it be?
Like one of them, or
any celebrity chef.
It's tough. I mean, okay. I would honestly like to see what Eric Repair shops for. Like this is a man who like creates such like intricate sauces and stuff that like I don't really honestly know what goes into them, but he would be able to pick out like the coolest, best fish and like best pieces of seafood. And I would like to see what he would want to like accompany those with, and like what the raw ingredients that he actually would want to work with are.
Yes. Okay.
And I'd like to look into his steel blue eyes once more.
Yeah, absolutely. We like him a lot. He seems really sweet. I'm just trying to kind of get in the mix. I'm here with my gal.
Jason wants to know, or is echoing someone else's previous question, if you have done Jordan's mustard challenge.
Did I?
Okay, this is hurtful. You have.
I was pregnant. My brain was mush.
I know, you were pregnant. But yes, Justine has, and to no surprise to me whatsoever, Justine did it, and she was like, pretty good.
Yeah, well, it's a spoonful of mustard.
Yeah. Very casual. You seem unfazed.
Look, there's a lot of things I need to try now that I don't have another creature inside of me taking over my brain and thoughts and taste buds. Absolutely. So I need to do it again. I need to do it again. And also I am 5 times as tired as I was with one child now that I have 2. Yeah. So I think we will need to test how exactly powerful this mustard challenge is. I need a more intense mustard.
Okay, well, I'll do it.
Caffeinated, maybe.
I'll mix a bunch of mustard with Pepsi and then we'll try it.
Awesome. A vinaigrette. Christine wants to know, what is your favorite thing to cook, or your favorite thing to eat, or have cooked for you by friends, family, or at a restaurant?
Sure. I think my favorite thing to cook, like we will do a lot of like actual prep work. Let's cook from a cookbook. Let's do this. Let's do that. But my favorite times are when it's like, it's just a chopped challenge is what we'll call it. When it's like kind of going to the fridge and seeing what we have and then like making a trash bowl out of it. Yeah. It's back to my early 20s roots when I would do a lot of just like thing in a wok and then put an egg on it. Like,
yeah,
my favorite, like I am alone meal is chopped up okra, whole head on shrimp, soft tofu, stir fried up, and then egg on it with a lot of chili crisp. And then I eat sometimes if there's season, like a baby artichoke chopped up, or honestly, even the real, like a grown up artichoke. And then I eat everything whole. You will see no scraps on there. I eat the full shrimp. I eat the whole leaf of the artichoke. I'm trash. And I love it. It's so good.
Oh, I love that answer. Okay. let's see. Sean asks a mom question, if you're comfortable, and you can be like, fuck off, this question sucks. Did you start drinking after having a kid, or were you so used to it that you just didn't want to drink?
Oh no, I was
incredible, beautiful. We love that. They don't say enough things. My friend's wife is going into labor, and
I know who you're talking about.
I also know.
And he's like, here's some things they don't tell you. And it's just like kind of saying some stuff. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of things we don't ever know about people who give birth. And that's sad. So cool.
Yeah. And I don't, what was the first thing I had actually? Boy, I don't remember. I remember with the first, with the first kid, it was probably a glass of sparkling. I will say it is shocking after like 9 months of not drinking. I did have like the occasional glass of wine every now and then. So,
yeah.
But like, I used to be able to drink multiple martinis, and now having like half of one, and I'm like, whoa, it's fun to be like, oh, I don't have a tolerance anymore. What's this like? Like, what does alcohol do? It's exciting.
Sure. Oh my God, incredible. Elaine wants to know, you said you've interviewed a bunch of famous chefs. Are there any interesting experiences or anecdotes that you're comfortable sharing from that?
Chefs are very good at sticking to their kind of, what they want to tell you, what they want to get across. But even like in the most intense of that, bless you, was interviewing Danny Trejo when he first opened. He was going to open his like tacos.
Yeah.
And I had a long phone conversation with him. And at one point in time, we were talking about like, I don't know what I asked him. It didn't matter what I asked him. He was going to tell me his stories. And he just like went off on like looking at like driving out on a highway into the middle of nowhere and looking at cows in a field. And I had like probably asked something like, so like corn tortillas or flour? And he was like, oh, you see those cows? It was like I was like on the phone trying to transcribe, being like, how am I going to do this?
I love that.
That's very funny.
He's incredibly sweet and very excited about all of his food and like everything. He was very, very, very nice.
Now I have a question for Felix, which is favorite food.
Well, he's got one. It's made by me.
Whoa, you're the chef.
I have not. I'm the chef. I make it every day, every Sunday.
Wow.
Damn, farm to table.
Damn, yeah.
I still haven't tried it, Jordan.
Yeah, thanks for calling me out.
Wow.
Yes, was I pressuring my boss to drink her own breast milk at work? Yes, I was. Okay, it's fine. We're all cool about it. I just feel like I'm probably never going to be pregnant, so I'm missing out on that opportunity. So I think that other people should do it. Tell me about it. Put some of it in a tiny bottle, give it to me. I don't know. I'm just so curious about it because I'll probably never have a baby.
I've heard it tastes like cantaloupe.
And we could know, Justine, so easily.
I know. I don't know why I'm squeamish about it.
It's so interesting because
you don't have to let Jordan bully you into drinking your breast milk.
I always thought I would.
I had to tell everybody that. You don't have to let Jordan do that.
Listen, okay, I'm not being weird about it. And it's not that this is a crazy thing to say, but I'm going to say it's not that Justine doesn't want to do it. She does want to do it.
Okay.
See, we've talked about it. It's fine.
It's not that just that she doesn't want to do it. She doesn't know she
doesn't know she wants to. And I know she wants to do it. No, but I'm just like, it seems like something Justine would eat. So the way that Justine eats a peanut is she eats the whole peanut, shell and all.
I know that's like a big dad move. I think a lot of dads do that. My dad does.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I
know.
So
that lesbian energy coming at me again.
There you go. That's all. Like, drink a little breast milk. You eat the whole peanut.
Come on, as a treat.
Come on.
It did like, look, if I was talking about myself, like I would be like, I would have like, how have I not made like a white Russian with it yet? Like, how have I not made ricotta with it yet? Like, this all seems like something I would have done.
Lasagna.
Yeah, make a bechamel.
Yeah, nobody can trust any dairy-based anything that comes out of my home.
Absolutely.
Oh, are people mad at me in the comments because I'm making Justine drink?
Whoa, Jordan, don't look at this.
No, are they mad?
Yeah, they're calling you big bully.
Yeah.
Big bully, large bully in charge.
I'm large, I'm here, and I'm alive.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think about the popularity of YouTube chefs?
I
From
think it's good for, I think it's fine. It's not, when it started popping up, when it was like something that was happening and it was like clear that it was like, these are people that are getting known and now you should be taking like note of them. And I was working in a place where I had to be like up on chefs. I found it overwhelming. And I will say that, like, professionally, I was like, but I just learned all of the Chicago chefs or whatever. Now it's like, now I have to learn all of the internet chefs. Like, this is hard. So, you know, but I think they're fun. I'm too old, man. Like, my little brother is 27 and he has his like YouTube chefs that he watches, and that's great. And that's for that generation. I'm an old man. I can't.
And that's beautiful. We have one more question that is from Derek, and I'll even add a little bit to it. Derek asks, what is the fanciest thing you've ever made? And I'll add or eaten.
Okay. Well, made is actually, so fancy is hard. I will, once back, long before children, when we could have an entire day just to cook something, my husband and I, for either our anniversary or Valentine's Day, I'm not sure, did like a full like progressive menu where we picked dishes from different restaurants that we liked, and we or just like cookbooks and things like that, and like made them, and they were the most like time intensive fancy things we could think of. I can't remember all of them. I'm sure we like shucked oysters to begin with, but one of the dishes was an egg yolk raviolo, like a big giant one, and we made the pasta fresh and we did the ricotta around it. I don't think we made the ricotta. And then crack the egg into it and cook that. And that came out so well. And it was so good. And I think we did like, you know, we tried to do like chocolate lava cakes at the beginning, or at the end, like little souffle.
At the beginning would have been incredible.
Yeah.
Appetizer.
Yeah, just start chocolate. So I think those came out fine, but it's hard to make those are impossible. I don't know how anybody can make them.
That's incredible.
But yeah, that was probably it. And then, I mean, the fanciest thing I've ever eaten, like, I don't know, you know, it's like, I've had the caviar, I've had the fancy Wagyu Kobe beef, all those.
Oh yes,
they're good.
Good. Well,
but they're not interesting.
It's interesting. You just got to put spin on it. That's to the restaurant. That's not to you. You don't got to do anything. Well, Justine, if people want to hear more from you and Felix, of course, our other guests on the stream, where should they go?
You can follow me on Instagram at JK Sterling. I do not post child pictures for the general public, so you can just come and I will post pictures of food and booze and maybe a cat every now and then.
I think that's incredible.
And obviously Sporked, and go read Sporked every day. There are new articles and new rankings, and follow Sporked on all of the channels: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, do it all.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know this, but you can actually click every single link when you go to the Sporked website. If you go on it, and there are links, you could click every single link, and you could click every link on every page every day.
You can buy things through it. You can buy all of the anchovies we tasted or whatever. Sardines, you haven't done the anchovies yet. You can buy all of the lemonades and all of the hot dogs and all of the vegan cheeses. You can buy them all.
And you can also leave comments that are like, I love Jordan, I love Justine.
I'm interested in hearing what they're saying. I want them to talk.
Yes, yeah. And then if you see comments that are like, oh, I wish Jordan and Justine were dead, you can comment things like, hey, whoa. Don't say that.
Impressive.
Agree.
Awesome.
How to think about it. I agree. Well, Justine, I'm getting word from the Bravo producers over here. I can tell her right now. Feels like a weird time, but okay. Justine, they're telling me that you are top chef.
You hear? Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know this,
baby.
but there's two ways to become a top chef, and one of them is to compete on the reality cooking TV show Top Chef, and the other is to be a guest on this 5-stream YouTube show hosted by me and Reka.
And guess what? Either way, an Indian woman will tell you you are top chef.
That's all everybody looks for.
I know. I read the comments on the Top Chef, but I know that's what they like.
That's the best part of the show.
Well, Justine, thank you so much for being on the show and for bringing Felix. We're so happy to have you. And guys, check out Justine on Instagram at the links we posted in the chat. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Yes.